The legacy of Henry Melchior Muhlenberg, Lutherans in Pennsylvania. While early settlers brought their traditions to the British colonies, they were often changed and adapted to the New World. Changes in their religious traditions were part of this adaptation. Some of the earliest settlers in the American colonies were Lutherans. These Lutherans, Danes, Swedes, Finns, Dutch, Norwegians, and Germans, settled on both the Delaware and Hudson rivers. Though they tried to establish order among Lutherans in Pennsylvania, early Lutheran leaders were underqualified laity, leading to instability, with worshippers leaving for other churches or simply leaving the church. These Lutherans went in a number of directions to find a new church. Some followed Count Nicholas Ludwig von Zinzendorf, a German pietist connected to the Moravians and dedicated to Christ-centered mission rather than denomination. Other colonial Pennsylvania Lutherans followed an older preacher, Johann Valentine Kraft, who had been dismissed in Germany and had no credentials in America. Another preacher named Schmidt, said to be a quack and a dentist, and unordained, was leading services in New Hanover. These preachers made attempts to organize the church in the colony. For example, Kraft rode on horseback across Penn's colony, appointing deacons and elders, establishing a general presbytery for Philadelphia County and a special presbytery in Philadelphia City, and establishing a consistory with himself as president. Yet with these attempts, the church remained in disarray, leading some Pennsylvania Lutheran deacons to send a petition to Germany to call for a trained minister. The deacons, hearing nothing about their petition, had little hope that anyone would be sent to create order in the church. Unknown to them, this call was answered by Henry Melchior Muhlenberg. Initially reluctant, Muhlenberg came to believe that the call was the will of God, and he arrived in America in 1742. In Pennsylvania, Muhlenberg was assigned to 3 churches: in Philadelphia, in New Providence, or Trapp, and in New Hanover, 36 English miles distant from the city. Muhlenberg's first challenge was to approach the Lutheran leaders already in place in these churches, Kraft and Schmidt, and Zinzendorf. Though Muhlenberg had been sent to restore order, the preachers believed he was interfering with what they had established. Muhlenberg, however, remained dedicated to his assignment from Germany. He quickly met with Zinzendorf, Schmidt, and Kraft individually, and while they were hospitable, they were annoyed that he was sent from Germany without their approval. They believed that they had brought order and represented the true Lutheran Church. Muhlenberg, following his call and commission, set to preach and restore order. In 1748, Muhlenberg would go on to found a Lutheran Synodic Association. With a different relationship between church and government in the colonies, especially Pennsylvania, Muhlenberg determined that there needed to be a new order for the Lutheran Church than that brought from Germany. With churches in America free to govern themselves and not tied to the state, Muhlenberg believed the church must be in charge of itself, developing theological doctrine, expelling bad preachers, and supporting weak congregations, while establishing financial security. Muhlenberg's Synodic Association was called the German Evangelical Lutheran Ministerium of Pennsylvania. With Muhlenberg's efforts to bring order to the Lutheran Church in the colonies, setting the church on the path to stability, he became known as the father of the Lutheran Church in America.